And thank you for joining us here on Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. And today, we talking about the church folks. Yeah, we talking about the church folks. Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife went online dressed in a nude colored, very seductive dress, and the world is chattering. Everybody's got an opinion. You got one, I got one, we all got one. And that's the topic of discussion today. So that's what we're going to talk about, but we're going to let you know who's talking about it, and that would be the female solution.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
Dollars cash if you want to join our network on the iTex website. iTex is the sponsor of this, of the Higher Learning TV show, where you can get your own supplies, whatever it is that you need for your house or apartment, and you can go shopping with $100. I'm gonna get y'all. You got to do is mention the code word Zelda.
If you're like most small businesses, despite your hard work and rave reviews, you struggle to find new customers or ways to grow your business. Accessing goods and services at the right price is also a challenge. But it doesn't have to be that way. Meet iTex, the small business trading community. As the largest barter network in the country, we help businesses like yours find new customers and grow their bottom line, and find advertising directed towards local families, which he pays for with, you guessed it. When you join iTex, you get access to valuable products and services in hundreds of categories, and we help you along the way with advertising, multiple directory listings, email blasts, trade director assistance, our convenient 24/7 iTex mobile app, and online access on itex.com today by visiting our website or email info@itex.com.
And that's all you have to do is go to chicago.itex.com, sign up, use my name, Zelda, Zelda, and you will get $100 just by signing up. So you can go shopping, find in there what you need. We bought a house, not a house. We bought a van, been on vacation, hotels, and that's what really kills you when you're traveling is the hotel. So anything you can think of at a big box store, anything, anywhere you can think of, they have it. So do yourself a favor, go to iTech, stop throwing your money away. Okay. And let us begin with the word of the day taken from my fellow journalist, Mike House, who is always sending me something inspirational. And today's word is Before leaving this physical world, Jesus told his disciples that the Holy Spirit would continue to teach and guide them. That's John 14:26. The Holy Spirit is the infinite breath of God, ready to be poured upon all who look for its guidance. It is speaking to us even now. Listen. When life feels overwhelming, as it often does, be still. Listen. Spirit is always communicating, clarifying, and strengthening you. Listen. Should feelings of loneliness arise, the Spirit reminds you that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed spirit. And that's from Psalms 34:18. When you desire boldly healing, the Spirit reminds you that I am going to bring it into recovery and healing, and I will heal them. Jeremiah 33:6. If confusion clouds your mind, Spirit offers light and understanding. The guidance you seek is already within you. Shh. Incline your ear and come to me. Listen so that you may live. And that's Isaiah 55:3. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness word of the day. I hope that you will get quiet and listen, because that's where your true power is. It ain't here. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. It's not here. It's here. It's in the listening. mm Nothing like a good cup of hot tea early in the morning when it's cold outside. Somebody said, "Give thanks for the tea." Car got cup got a little bit damaged, but it's okay. The tea is still good and it's relaxing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Cycling King. Thank you for Cutley. Thank you all. But right about now, it is time for us to do something that we may not ordinarily do, and that is to de stress with the breath. It's called Monday Morning Mindfulness Meditation. And I want you to hashtag Monday Morning Mindfulness. Can you do that for me? I sure appreciate it. So before we do anything, let us always give thanks to the ancestors, those who came before us to make our way possible. What do? We go to the earth. Where there's dirt, there's earth. And we just get a little dirt. Yeah, get a little dirt. Get back from the computer, girl. Get back from the computer. See that? Mm-hmm. Bam, bam, bam. Magic energy. You put a little water in it. Yeah. Because the earth likes water too. Don't take but a few drops. Giving thanks to the ancestors, those who came before us to make our way possible so that we can and listen, because our eyes closed and our hearts are open as we listen and give thanks to those who came before us to make our way possible. Grandpa, Grandma, and Julia, the mommy. Oh, thank you all for being here when I need you the most. Right about now, because there's a lot of crazy folks in the world. Lord have mercy, and I might be one of them. Okay. But as we continue, you know what that means. It's time to get a little lemongrass on. That's your lemongrass. That's your oil for the day. Check out Jody Susan Essentials. They're the best oils on the planet. And why are you taking lemongrass? I'm sorry. Yeah, lemongrass. Why are you taking lemongrass? Don't believe me. Don't believe nothing I say. Go look it up. See what it does for you. Calms the system. Gets into the lymph nodes. All of our organs. Body, mind, spirit. It only takes a drop to enhance it. Just a drop, because it's powerful. Just one. And baby, this one's so good. I know this to be a fact. They're all good, but I like lemongrass. And I got to take a little sip of tea because this is going to be an experience this morning. Bam. Rub it in my hands. Excuse me. And then we go. Inhale deeply. Oh. I know y'all having flashbacks, but that ain't what we're doing this morning. That is not what we're doing. We are not having flashbacks of that nature. We are having inhale deeply and exhale. Oh, feel the calming spirit going down the body. And that's what we want to do this morning, is awaken the body, because we've been asleep all night and we ain't been moving and everything is static. It's just stuck. So we want to wake it up as we inhale deeply. Open up those lungs, open up those arms, and clap, 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 clap. As we are beginning the process of moving the fluids in the lymphatic system this morning. Because we've been asleep all night. Yep, grab that little piece of meat right there. Yeah, that little piece of meat right there. Lymph nodes all up in there. Uh, yeah, get it going. Get them juices flowing. Whoa. Clap, 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 clap. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. I know y'all looking at me like I'm crazy, but that's okay. When you know better, you do better. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat on down the chest. Sides, hip, buttocks, back, thighs, knees, and run in place for just a minute. Just a few seconds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Pat, 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 pat. All right, you done woke up the system. All right, let's do a little breathing. You simply go inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And from time to time, you will hear this noise right here. Bam! You know what that means? Get out of here and get in here. So let's inhale. Hold it. And exhale, blow it out. As you inhale, giving thanks for the power of the breath. We give thanks that we are always at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. As we inhale deeply, hold it, and exhale, giving thanks, knowing that all our needs and desires are over and abundantly supplied. Inhale deeply, hold it, and blow it out. As we breathe in, we breathe out. We give thanks for the power of the breath because it is the breath that will calm us in times of chaos and confusion. Instead of snapping back, you just go. And they gonna look at you like you're crazy, and you just go. And that is to protect your sanity, to keep you from stressing out. And you simply inhale deeply and exhale. And feel free to repeat any affirmation. I am happy. I release. Even if you aren't happy, say it. The brain doesn't know it. The mind doesn't know it. The body doesn't know it. So you got to tell it. I am happy. I am healthy. I am whole and complete. I give thanks. I am always at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. As we take one more long, deep inhale deeply. And this time, as we exhale, bring your head forward, chin to chest, and slowly rotate that head around to the left and back around to the back. Slow down. I want you to feel the stretch. You should just be getting around to the right and back to the front. Head up. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, bring your head down, chin to chest, roll that head around over to the right and around to the back. Slow down, you're moving too fast. I want you to feel it. Over to the left and back around to the right. Head up, inhale deeply. And use an affirmation. I release, let go, and let the Creator guide me. Inhale once more. And as you exhale, look to the right as far as you possibly can, feeling a stretch in the right side of the neck. Head back, straight, inhale. And as you exhale, look to the left as far as you possibly can, feeling a stretch in the left side of the neck. Oh, yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? So good, we want to have a cup of tea after that. And this is a practice that you can practice every single day. if you take the time with yourself, for yourself, to be with yourself. Because if you don't know how to be with yourself, how do you expect anybody else to be? Baby, this is a love process. We are loving on ourselves. And until we do that, we can't expect somebody else to give us all the love we need because we don't even know how to love on ourselves. I'm just saying. Hmm. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Cuckoo, Cuckoo O2. And thank you for being a part of Monday Morning Mindfulness as we discuss how would you feel if your significant other dressed a little bit too seductively? Or is it seductive? Was it seductive? I don't know. You tell me. Well, we will be joined by our executive producer, Naima Latif, right after this break because our original guest, Linda Barker, CEO of Sistas of the Hood. She's a little under the weather this morning, so she couldn't be with us. But we have Naima. So you stay right here, and we'll have something very special for you coming up. So don't you go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah, right.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening. And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and I'll be joined by the executive producer of The Female Solution. That would be Naima Latif. But I just want to warn you, the topic might get heavy today, so you just might need to forward this to someone that you care about, especially church folks. Because we talking about the church folks today. Yeah. I was once a church folks, and I'm still a church folk, but I have a different kind of church. What kind of church you do? Anyway, let us bring. Let me get my voice together. Let me get a little sip of tea here. Got to get my Arsenio Hall presentation ready here. Hold on. Yeah, if you old enough to know who Arsenio Hall is, then you old enough to know what I'm about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you to please put your hands and your hearts together for a sister who goes out of her way to help others and has a mass mission to bring us all together. And she is doing just that. And that is my phenomenal woman. That is the queen, the executive producer of the female solution. And that would be Naima Latif. Take it away, my sister.
They need to hire you to be an announcer on these shows. I tell you.
That's I know I'm dating myself, but that's okay. Cause I like doing that. I'm sorry, I just do. I've always wanted to sing and I can't, so that's my version of singing.
You know, I always wanted to sing too, and people tell me I shouldn't.
They tell me the same thing. They tell me so.
Yeah,
I
just
listen.
sing in the
I don't.
shower. You know,
Yeah,
that's about as far as it goes. But
that's
but
as far as we going.
oh yes. Well, you know, it's always nice to know where your talents are and where they aren't.
So what you trying to say? I can't sing. I already know I can't sing that much. You can't hurt my feelings. You cannot hurt my feelings. Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I did have a moment of fantasy. I was, Kim Stratton, great.
Oh yeah.
She was backstage, getting ready to come on at this event that Rainbow Push was doing, and she was kind of practicing, and I was singing along with her, and we were like we were doing a little medley and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm singing for Kim Stratton. Ah! Of course, she was just humoring me, and then
Mhm,
she kind of get her voice together and
mhm,
everything. And she was humoring me to make me feel like we were singing together. So that was
mhm.
my moment of fantasy that I can sing.
Well, I had my fantasy too with Shaka Khan when she came to the studio. And she had a gospel album. Just put out a gospel album, and I was like, Shaka Khan sing jazz. Shaka Khan sang everything. Okay, and,
Yes.
and I was singing this song, and she was singing it too, and I was like, I'm in the studio. Where was the camera phones at then? In the studio with Shaka Khan singing her song. I don't even remember the name of it now. I just remember Shaka Khan. I know it wasn't Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. I know it wasn't that song. But she was singing the song, and I was like, "Oh wow, I can put this on my record." I was singing with Shaka Khan. Quit lying. You ain't singing with Shaka Khan. You was just singing. Shaka Khan sang. We talk about some
Oh.
singing folks. They all up in the church, baby, and that ain't all that's in the church. The church folks up in the church talking about Pastor Jamal's Bryant's wife with the dress on. Let me pull up the blog so folks can see. For those who don't have a clue as to what I'm talking about, I'm
Mhm.
going to pull our blog up and I'm going to show it to you. It is called tumblr.com. That's without the R, without the
About
ER
the
right
E,
here.
yes.
Tumblr.com. And when you go to that website blog, you will get a chance to see exactly what I'm talking about. How would you feel if your female companion or your male companion dressed extremely seductive? And is it really seductive? That's the question. And whose mind is it seductive? And why is it seductive? And who said it was seductive? Who said that?
Mm.
That's what I want to know.
Well, we all know that the human brain is designed to respond uh, basically to cultural conditioning, because you have some cultures where breasts are exposed, and this men are not always in a state of lust, because that's just it's given the context of this is what feeds the babies as opposed to ooh sex. But then and the societies that the more you cover, the more you're conditioning the mind to respond to what's uncovered.
Mm,
And I have known of people who grew up in societies where the women cover everything and all you see is eyes. And I was a friend of mine was telling this story. I think I think it was Saudi Arabia that he had visited, and
mhm,
he was having a conversation with one of the young males who was describing how, of course, he'd never seen the body of a woman. And then this one woman, she was getting out of a taxi cab, and her dress hiked up a little bit, and you can see a little bit of her ankle, and he became physically aroused. So just the idea, oh, I saw some ankle, woo, so
Oh, some ankles. Come on now.
but seduction is really a mental process. It's the imagination of a physical experience with someone who you find physically beautiful. So it's more of what's in your mind and what's in your eyesight. But then, of course, the eyesight is, and that's why pornography is so very profitable, because men, and I'll deal with men because women have a different kind of thing that arouses them, but men are definitely aroused with the physical senses, particularly sight, body parts that have been hidden and in the culture have been um, deemed private or sexual. I mean, this is what men respond to when they see these body parts. And again, everybody's culture develops a different uh, mechanism to arouse male interest based on how they define beauty. And so you will see, and this is interesting because I've been in different cultures, in the West and America and Britain and so forth. They really focus on thin bodies as the sign of beauty. I remember that model Twiggy that came out in the
Yep.
60s, his bones, it looked like somebody with anorexia. But then
Right.
that was given the standard of beauty, whereas perhaps in Eastern cultures and definitely in Africa, the roundness of a woman is more exciting. The more voluptuous she is, and more behind and
Yep.
breasts and all of that, that is what excites the man. So whatever your culture has conditioned you to respond to, that's what you find arousing. So it could be different things for different people. And even in terms of dress, the thing that you cover up as the part that is to be revealed only in private because it represents the sexual intimacy act, then that's what's going to arouse you. So it's, when it comes to deciding what is seductive, it is a matter of mental conditioning and then certain biological things. I mean, there is a real hormonal change that happens when you're coming into the time where you're about to be able to reproduce life, and there is a hypersexuality happens, and we all been through the phases, both male and female. Boys, girl crazy, and girls boy crazy, and every little thing, oh, he's cute, ooh, she fine, all that stuff. So we go through that in our puberty years and young adult years, uh, you know, preparing for the process of reproduction. That's nature, that's science, that's all of that. So the arousal reflex in males, well, it's supposed to be very strong because they have to go through a physiological change in order to perform the act of intimacy that results in impregnation. I'm being real technical, y'all, but you know what I'm talking about.
We
So,
know exactly what you're talking about.
so arousal is a good thing, a necessary thing, and a desired thing when you are intending to have that act of intimacy. Now, if you're being aroused by somebody who isn't the one you're supposed to be sexually intimate with, that could create not necessarily a problem, but definitely it's going to create some distraction in your mind because you're thinking about that person, and the most powerful organ you have is your mind, your imagination. So if you're imagining acts of intimacy with someone who is not your spouse, not your significant other, someone else's significant other, and this is what's occupying your mind, that can be a distraction. It can lead to inappropriate behavior. But you always have the power to choose what you're going to do. You can't blame anybody for your own misbehavior. Misbehavior is a choice. If you know that you don't have an agreement with this person, you all are going to be intimate partners, you all are going to have a relationship. If you don't have that agreement, then you know you have no business touching them inappropriately or even thinking inappropriate thoughts, because even your thoughts are an invasion of their privacy. But then if you've exposed everything, it's not really private anymore. So and I'm glad you brought this topic up, because there's a lot of attention that has been focused on redefining who's responsible for acts of rape. And there was a time when rape, which is the taking the sex act to a form of assault when you are invading someone's body without their consent. It used to be a time when a woman was assaulted sexually, that in court they would ask questions like, what were you wearing? As if what she wore caused someone to assault her, rather than the person who assaulted her taking full responsibility of their behavior. We are always 100% responsible for our behavior, no matter what we see or hear. We are 100% responsible for our own behavior. So it took some time, some changes in the law, some getting women on the in the legal field as lawyers and as judges on the bench to change that thought and that behavior and that blaming of women for creating sexual assault. So it took a lot of changing of minds, but you still have some societies, you still have some, and like you say, religious people who will talk about you. Oh, she wearing that short dress, and I have some.
And you watching,
yeah,
and you looking. So
you
what
looking,
does that
and
make you?
I'm keeping you from turning your head away.
Hey, turn your head, keep your mouth closed. What was the word for the day? Shh. Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Man your business.
Man your business.
Church folk will talk about it. And we're going to talk about it some more when we come back. We got to take our next break. Y'all stay close, and we will be right back here so you can continue the conversation. And I ain't going to give you the phone number if you want to call in.
Hey, 727-731-5192. We want to hear from you. What do you think? Is it inappropriate to show certain body parts in the name of,
especially if you're a pastor's wife? Come on back, tell somebody. Canaglobe, that is an organization that we have joined in order to raise funding for our projects, the homeless project where we help feed the unhoused, also for our teen talent contest. And they say, Zelda, you selling cannabis? No, we're not selling cannabis. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But I'm a senior. I have aches and pains. I don't know about you. So I got me some watermelon gummies. And I got some shrooms. I don't have them problems anymore, and it just makes my whole workload a whole lot easier. Because we sit in chairs all day, we're not moving, and it is that lack of movement that causes more anxiety and inflammation in our joints, and like our knees and hips and stuff like that. Anyway, I said all that to say this: if you would like to get more information on how to be take part of that, you can always text me at 312-383-9749. Network. Zelda, y'all selling weed now? No, we're not selling weed. These church folks are always getting it confused. So let me say it, because I was a church folk, because I was caught up in the drama too.
Well, they asked me if you're selling weed, because if you said yeah, they said, can you send me the word?
Can you send me some? I won't tell them. Just put it in the mail. Now, if you want it, you can order it from that site right there. But what I specialize in is in pain relief, baby. Because I got up this morning and did my hip flexors exercise so I could sit here in this chair for the next hour and be okay and not be in pain. See, I got skills. I know what to go do for these help. But when the hips don't want to work, I got to go to to the cantaloupe, to the shift store, because I had to shift my image of what I'm thinking about this pain that I'm feeling. And
Mm.
when I get that pain balm and rub, oh baby, please, that pain balm it just does something delicious to me. What can I say? Sound like a good biscuit. Anyway, I digress. Church folks, y'all need some pain relief. That's where to go. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it. And I'm gonna bring to the stage a little bit more information that I said because y'all need to know what's going on out here in these streets. And one of the things that's going on in these streets is things that we have no business being in, but because we have been conditioned to talk about other folk. If other folk don't look like us, if they don't pray like us, if they don't think like us, something is wrong with them. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They've been misguided just like you've been misguided.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And it's the thing about people who call themselves religious, they are the most judgmental of other people. And that is why we need to stop being judgmental and look at the things that really matter. Now we're pleased to be able to partner with the Higher Learning Network in this very profound drive to end homelessness and at least help those who are in fact unhoused. So we want you all to go to thefemalesolution.com/dignity
Right
because
there.
everybody deserves dignity. And speaking of judgment, how often do we judge somebody because they're living on the street, because they don't have a home, because they may be raggedy and smelly, and we don't realize that it could happen to anybody. Circumstances can change in your life, and suddenly you have nothing. So, our sister Zelda every day or every week she's of course planning for it every day and every week she's going out there feeding those who are unhoused, home cooked meals, care of her wonderful husband Tony, and now she cooking too. So you all are out there in the fields feeding people, and it's cold out there today.
And you need cold ain't the word. More
Yeah,
like freezing.
you can turn to an
Frostbite weather.
it's frostbite weather. And
Frostbite weather.
not only are they feeding them, they're getting them heaters, getting them wheelchairs if they don't have mobility, which a lot of our folks, we have had issues, whether it's diabetes or injury. And it's how horrible is it when you have nothing, you're out on the street. This is a cruel society. You just assume, well, the government takes care of it. No, the government does not.
No, they don't.
That's why they're out there. The government does not. So
No, they don't.
we have to take care of each other. So what we're doing now, a lot of times people donate clothes to the homeless, and that's good. But you got to think about people have to carry everything that they have when you don't have a house. So if you don't have a shopping cart or something where you can carry, you don't have a way to haul things around. So a bunch of clothes isn't always what they need. What they need is the money that can buy the things that would enable them to live as comfortable as possible outdoors until they can pay for shelter. And so there are a lot of clothes that people have, and you're not going to give them to somebody who basically has to stay on the ground and doesn't have a dresser to put them in or a place to hang them. But those clothes are valuable and people would buy them. And so it's the sale of these nice garments that you have in your closet that you're not wearing anymore and you're not going to give away, but people would buy them. Well, those are the kind of garments that we're using to raise the money to get the things that can help these people survive.
You see those tents, you see all those tents. They said, the city of Chicago said they were going down there to swoop them up so they would not have to be there. They are still there. I go down there, I see them. They are still there. So don't believe. See, this is what I tell you about programming. Every Monday morning, when I was at WGCI Radio, every Monday morning, 10 o'clock, there's a
Programming meeting.
Programming meeting. And they have programmed, like they're still programming us, telling us that the people are not there. That's a lie.
They're
I
right.
saw it with my own eyes. It's a lie. They are still there. So don't think that they're not, that the city came and got them, because they did not. They are showing us what they want us to see. And that's not it. That's not the truth. So the truth of the matter is, we have to give them dignity. It is our responsibility as followers. Talk about the church, folks.
Mm-hmm.
As followers of those who call Jesus, Yahuda, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever you call he, she, it, whatever you call on it, you know, we've all been indoctrinated. If you have something in your closet that you're not using, it's a sin. And if you ain't even giving it away, it's a sin. What does sin mean? You missed the mark. You missed your opportunity to share what you're not using. And
Yes.
there's a penalty for that. It's called karma.
Mm-hmm. You
When
don't
you,
you don't have compassion for people that are suffering. Well, maybe you need to experience suffering so you can get.
oh,
Yes.
say that again. Naima, say what now?
You don't have compassion for people who are suffering, then maybe you need to experience some suffering so that you can
Oh,
learn compassion.
oh. Remember that movie with Chris Rock
Mm.
where he died and came back as a fat white
Ooh.
man with Wanda, what's the
Oh
comedian
my
Wanda?
gosh.
Yeah. So when you say you might need to come back, that's what I think of when you say you might have needed to come back in another soul so you could experience homelessness, so you would learn in this lifetime to share.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what are you sharing today? If you know you got a coat in that closet, I got 3 of them,
Yeah.
4, 5. I don't
And
go nowhere.
you
I
can't wear
don't
but one at a time anyway. So
can't wear but one. And I got one black hoodie that I wear faithfully. So if I can give my coats away, y'all give y'all coats away too. You ain't wearing them. And your baby coats, because it's babies. Oh my God, it's children out there. Excuse me, I go somewhere in my
how
head
would you
mentally
feel?
that is not.
How would you feel if you had to have your baby out in the cold?
Mm.
And we like to blame people for their circumstances. Oh, well, they probably on drugs. Oh, well, they probably just want to be out here. Or they probably cause problems where they live at, so they had to be put out. Or they don't want to work. We like to blame people for the
Judging,
meanness in society. We like to blame the people for being treated badly, as
judging.
opposed to looking at what's wrong with our society that we treat people like this.
Ah, uh-oh. Stepping on some toes now. Talking about the
Yeah.
church folks.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking about the church folks, okay, when you go in there and grab it, those clothes, those items, whatever they are, but especially gloves, hats, coats, blankets, socks. They need lots of socks, lots of blankets, lots of shoes. And I've gotten some calls, so I will be making pickups this week. But the most important thing is their dignity.
Absolutely.
Cannot look at them, because I have been tempted so many times especially when I first started, is to put them in a pigeonhole through my limited filters.
Mm-hmm.
This is my filter. And sometimes you have to close your eyes and open your heart. It doesn't matter what they did to get where they are. That is not your business. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be the best human being that you can possibly be to yourself and to others. You ain't even good to yourself, because you running out the door when you wake up in the morning. How much time have you taken to
Be
shh
quiet. Yes.
and breathe and give thanks and had a conversation with the ancestors? We just had one. Was y'all there? That's right.
Mm, that's it. So we wanna give back the dignity to people who've been sometimes denied even just to go into a restaurant to use the bathroom because you smell, or you can't come in
Yeah.
here. All of that. Just something as basic as being able to use the toilet, or that you throw some water on your body sometimes. I mean,
Oh Lord, please
to be treated like you're trash, that is so horrific. And this is a society that does that to people.
treat you like you're trash. That's what they do.
And so we
Until today, as the
until
young Levant would say, until today,
today,
because
we're
those
going
who
to
are
be
watching this video and sharing this video know better and they do better. Yes.
absolutely. So we want you to be a part of this drive to restore and maintain the dignity of people, even if they're living outdoors, until they can be allowed some shelter and provided some shelter, and they can come inside out of the cold. We want them to still live in dignity, and you want to help with their dignity. Dignity stands for donated items giving new inspiration to you, because you are going to feel better about yourself when you give to somebody in need. You're going to feel better because we're all connected. We're all one family. And when you help somebody else, you're helping yourself.
Automatically. It's
And
the law
you're
of nature.
changing the society when you can lift up somebody who is at the bottom, because this is now somebody who doesn't have to live in fear of starvation and have to try to figure out what they can steal because nobody will share. So you're making the world safer because you're making life and survival possible for people who have lost everything. So we're restoring dignity, and you can be a part of it. Go into your closet today and look at all the, just probably can't even hardly open the door. It's so stuffed full of
Stuff falling
stuff.
off the shelves. Help
Yes.
somebody.
Go to
Help
your
somebody.
dresser drawers. They're probably so jam packed full of clothes you don't wear. You can't even open the door. Can't even open the drawer up. But go through there and take out the nice things that you really don't wear anymore. Maybe don't fit it, maybe don't like it, maybe things out of style. And all you have to do is take a nice picture of it, send it to us. We put it on our site, and of course, once it's sold, uh, we will
100%.
100% of the money goes to those who are
100%. We are not going shopping.
right,
We are not taking a vacation. We are
right.
not having a party. We are keeping people warm, and that's what we do. Oh, Lord, we got a
Yes,
lot of comments.
yes.
Let's take our next break, and we're going to be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? It's Osada, the host of the Gathering of the Griots podcast, part of the Female Solution. Want you to join us every Tuesday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And guess what we do? We interview authors of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. The books, the experiences, the lifestyles, all of it with fervor. So be there right on the Soulful Chicago Book Fair YouTube page or on the Female Solution Facebook page. We look forward to having you and all our literary essence. Peace.
Stress, especially as it relates to worry. I was once a worried about everything, and I finally figured it out with some training experience, and I've learned how not to worry. And you can learn how not to worry too. And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I'm your host, joined by executive producer of The Female Solution. That would be Naima Latif. All right, take it away, Zelda. Okay, we've got some comments here this morning. We'd love to hear what you have to say on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV show. Jean Lockett says, facts. It is important that we take responsibility for how we look at people because men show themselves as well, and women look and lust after them as well. Oh, I'm going to tell mama. We should take responsibility for how we look, I guess. Thank you, Jean Lockett. Thank you, baby. And she also says, I would love to join you at times, Sister Zelda. So, girl, I would love to have you on here. Yeah, let's connect after the show. Let's do the dang thing. Yes, ma'am. She also says, finances is real support to help. Yep, that's what we need, y'all. And we ain't keeping none of this money. None of it. We are investing it in our unhoused neighbors. Brother Lawrence Lenore says there is a psychological reason why a person dresses provocatively. Say that. It could be low self esteem. First lady, oh, never. Insecurity, self esteem that is off the charts. However, their value as a human is what we should see. Come on now. Did you hear what the man said? Their value as a human is what we should see. Did Naima just name the page dignity?
Dig-
Duh.
dignity.
Hallelujah. Jean says, Naima, that's real. Some people have experienced it and become high minded and still look down at them and their position. See, because in this mentality in America, there's a them and there's a us. No,
Mm.
it's a we, and we have forgotten where we came from. Don't let grandma come out of me this morning. Okay, now. This is so true, Mr. Lawrence. Self esteem is one of the most serious reasons. That's why we run after these men when we don't have to. They're supposed to come looking for us. You got to chase no man. Okay, I'm okay. I'm gonna leave that alone because we're gonna. That's another conversation. Viata, my sister from another mister, says, "Grand Rising Queens, have a beautiful, peaceful day." And I just heard it snowed in Florida. She's in Florida.
Yeah, that snow is
I was
sweeping the
like,
nation.
God, I thought it was just Chicago. We get this crazy weather, but nope, crazy weather is everywhere and crazy people everywhere too. Because anytime you make it your business to talk about other folk, you got some issues.
But I want to address the thing that Lawrence Lenore said. Uh, I had a period of time in my life where, people called me unattractive, and so of course that affects your self-esteem. And then, and this is when I was, you go through the adolescence phase, and your face breaks out and all the kind of stuff. So, you're awkward and everything. So that was not my most physically attractive phase of life. And then as I matured into womanhood and I went away to college, and, you develop and I was an athlete. So, you develop a nice, well-shaped body, everything, and muscular limbs and so forth. And so that appears to be attractive. Well, I discovered, if I wore revealing clothes, the hot pants had come out. So yeah, hot pants, halter top. So if I walk down the street wearing my little skimpy shorts and halter top, I was literally stopping traffic and, like, oh, and flirtations, all the men and everything. And of course that boosted my ego, my self-esteem and all of that. So I did that for a period of years. I dressed that way because it erased the damaging years of low self-esteem when I was made to feel unattractive. So I understand the mentality of women who do this, because what you are getting is the reinforcement of your beauty, which might be erasing feelings of unattractiveness that you need for your self-esteem. So because I've been through that transition of my self-image as a result of first being made to feel unattractive, and then all of a sudden, oh, she's like, you just a knockout. Man, that raised my self-esteem so high, and I feel about myself. And of course, then as I matured into womanhood and decided that I did not want to be defined by my sexuality, and then embraced a spiritual practice where I wanted to be valued for my intellect and my spirituality, and wanted to reserve the beauty of my body for my husband, who I felt is the one who's going to be, well, I knew, of course, going to be the one that I am intimate with in a sexual manner. Then no one else needs to see what's under my clothes. So that is the philosophy that I adopted. And then, of course, I no longer needed the reinforcement of everybody on the street saying how good I look and, fantasizing about intimacy with me and all of that. My self-esteem no longer needed that. So I was not dressing like that anymore. So when I see a woman who does that, I'm understanding that something in her still needs outside reinforcement, and she feels good about herself when others tell her she's beautiful. And the way she knows how to feel beautiful is to expose the parts of her body that create sexual arousal. I understand that that's where she's at in her evolution and her development of self-esteem. I don't judge it in terms of, oh, she needs to put on some clothes, but I just understand because I've been through that process of repairing low self-esteem
Yes, ma'am.
using my body as a way to attract attention. I understand what that is. So,
But how does that apply to the first lady? And this is the only thing that I can think of is that we were raised in a different time and a different place where women didn't expose themselves. We are now in a new millennium where everything is go for it, even big girls. And I hate to say it, but I love seeing the big girls out there because they weren't born into the shame that I was born into because I always thought I was ugly because I always wanted to know why people were always looking at me until
mm,
until my big brother told me, he said, "Cause you pretty, little sis." And I was like, "Me? Pretty?
wow.
Really?" So you don't know if nobody tells you.
No,
You
if
don't
nobody
know these things.
right, right.
Lauren says, "Get clothing item for yourself or someone else." Absolutely, because you don't need it. Share it. Jean Lockett says, "I'm talking about joining you with feeding also with the feeding on the show as well." Okay, good.
Lovely.
We will be posting that information for people who want to go out. We just went out, and it was very disheartening to find out that people were still out there in this cold.
It's
So
cold,
yeah.
yes. It's
So if you want to make a donation, the information is on the scrolling below. I apologize if you did not see it. I'm going to put it there again because we're about to go off the air. Help us continue to feed and clothe our unhoused neighbors. 100% of the donations that you send in clothing, and for the clothing that we sell, it goes to them. They need tents, they need butane, they need all the things that I mentioned earlier: socks, gloves, hats, all of that. And it's never enough because it just gets so cold. Anyway, I digress. 7:57. We're about to go off the air. Naima, what's
yeah.
going on this week?
Ooh, well, of course, tonight we have Mercy Seat with Unaya E. We want you all to come on back to the Female Solution and watch. Of course, you can go to our website. All of our hosts are streaming live on multiple platforms, so you can catch them on Facebook, YouTube, and various channels. And go to thefemalesolution.com, and it's right there. And you go to the upcoming shows page, and we have just wonderful shows all week long, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. and again 7 p.m. and of course Saturdays and Sundays at 12 noon. And we introduced a new every other Saturday host yesterday. And if you missed that show, you need to go back and take a look at it because we're so excited to bring to you people who can enlighten your mind. And that's what we do every day. And I'm grateful for all of the brilliant women and some men who join us and share their wisdom because we are making a difference. We're transforming lives. We're raising consciousness, and we're inspiring people to do things that help enhance the lives of others. So we're grateful. And, for our first lady who felt the need to share her beauty with the world, sometimes there's a little bit of defiance over the extreme judgment that religious organizations put on people, first ladies and women. And so this was a bit of her rebellion against that, I think, in order to maybe
Shock some folks.
shock some people
Get
and
them talking.
I'm going to be the woman I feel like being on the inside, and I feel I want to express my sexuality, and that's what I feel. And so she chose to do that, and in some ways that may even help the church to break free from a lot of the stereotypes of sexuality being evil and dirty and wrong. So I think this was maybe her own little revolution that she was conducting through her clothing.
And it's a reminder for you to mind your own business, because what that woman wear at church is not your business. Your business is to run your business, your life. And on that note, thank you for sharing this life. And thank you for coming back here at 7 o'clock p.m. with Mercy Seat. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned tomorrow with Gathering of the Griot. Everything Black Literary with Asada. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank you for caring. And be sure and share this video with somebody, because somebody need to see it. Somebody need to know the truth. And I know you do. Stay on purpose, stay empowered. Stay tuned. See you tonight, 7 o'clock. Peace.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
Beautiful morning, oh what a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling, there's a handsome man coming my way. Oh, there is a handsome man coming my way. Hi there, what's your name?
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Tony. And what I want you to do for me is, if you have Xfinity TV, tune in to the Higher Learning Network Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m., Xfinity TV channel 19. Peace out.
And thank you for sharing, and thank you for caring. Come on over to TikTok with us. TikTok at Higher Learning TV Show, and we'll see you there.